we not only seek to teach you about a President, George Washington, but also about the American Masonic heritage, which is new to many people that are often visiting the area. So Washington became a Freemason at age 20 in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and he would remain a Freemason his entire adult life. Most of what we know about his involvement in Freemasonry begins in 1788, when he was asked by the Masons of Alexandria Lodge to serve as their charter master or official leader of the lodge. He accepted, so that is why he is now presented in this special perspective throughout the memorial. So this statue represents Washington serving as the master of the Alexandria Lodge. So this impressive work of art was created by sculptor Brian Baker, who was a Freemason himself. It was unveiled and dedicated in 1950 by President Harry Truman, who was actually the past Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Missouri. And it is a gift from the Order of D. for Boys, which is a Masonic youth organization. And we'll talk more about them on our third level exhibit. So there are several elements about this statue which illustrates Washington's role within Freemasonry. The gavel in his hand indicates that he is presiding over the lodge. Around his neck, he is wearing a Masonic jewel, which indicates his status as a past master, which is a respected rank within Freemasonry. But perhaps most noticeably, so around his waist, he is wearing a Masonic apron. So the apron is a special garment always worn by Masons in their meetings. It developed from the actual protective aprons that were worn by working operative stonemasons. Because as they carved the stone, a heavy apron was required for protection against the hammer, chisel, and then all the debris. But within fraternal Freemasonry, also known as speculative or symbolic masonry, the apron would not function as an actual literal protection. It would be symbolic, it would represent important ideas and teachings, and really serve as the most obvious badge of Masonic identity. So as I stated, the aprons typically worn by Masons in their meetings, which would be in a private lodge. But if you take a look over here on this mural, you will see at least one occasion where Masons wore theirs out in public. So, as you probably realize, due to construction over there, we typically have two murals up in this hall, but one is down due to repair and conservation work. So, both of the murals were funded by the Grand Lodge of California, and the artist is the well-known muralist Alan Cox, who was a Freemason from New York. So, we're going to take a closer look at this mural. So beside the Holy Book, we have two tools of stonemasonry, a compass and a square. A compass is used to draw arcs and to divide lines, and a square is used to keep angles true. Now within fraternal or speculative Freemasonry, these items would have a symbolic meaning, and that meaning would be taught to all the initiates as they go through the degrees, as well as the meaning of plenty of other symbols and items. For instance, G does not stand for George, although I can understand why someone would suspect that, since it's over his head throughout the building. G actually stands for the great architect or God, or in another context even, geometry. So this chair right here, safely located under plexiglass, is actually a chair that Washington donated to his lodge, and it's believed that it originated from his study of Mount Vernon. So it was used by the presiding officers of the lodge until about the 1930s. Now, above the chair is a portrait. It's actually one of my favorite items in the memorial. You will see replicas of it throughout the building, especially by both the lodges. So the story is Washington sat for that in 1793 on through to 1794, and he sat for that in Philadelphia, and it was actually commissioned by his lodge. So the artist is the first significant American portraitist, William Joseph Williams. And Washington was 61 years old at the time, and had recently started serving his second term as president. So the story is, Williams wanted a portrait of Washington, so he reached out to him, and Washington declined. join any of them, with two exceptions, you do have to be a Freemason. Exceptions being the women's orders. So as I mentioned, in the United States, you have to be a male of high moral standards to become a Freemason. However, kind of in the middle to the end of the 19th century, these women's orders started to develop. So they wouldn't call themselves Freemasons, but they would have their own traditions and rituals, sometimes even degrees, you know, history and costumes and uniforms, as you'll see. So they're not really missing much, they just wouldn't call themselves Freemasons. However, most of these groups will typically have at least one Freemason in them as well. And there will typically be the wives or sisters of Freemasons, although in recent years it's kind of changed. They've kind of opened that up a bit. So we also have the youth orders, Jove's Daughters and Rainbow for girls, and then Demon only for boys, that's the other exception. So they wouldn't once again be Freemasons. However, they would have a lot of the same rituals as well, as you'll see in all these alcoves. Demon is the Masonic group that funded the statue of George Washington downstairs, so we have them to thank for that. So if you've never heard of Freemasonry, you've likely at least heard of the Shriners, as they are well known for their children's hospitals, their children's charity in general, and also you've probably seen them around at circuses and parades. They're the ones driving their little cars, wearing their funny hats, and pretty much being silly in general. And I typically have to watch them whenever they're on my tour, literally. They like to move things around on me. So, yeah, they like to definitely be silly. So I also like to point out, too, that if you've never heard of Freemasons, Masons also want more degrees sometimes. So they wouldn't get higher degrees. Third degree is technically the highest that you can achieve. But if they want to go through more of the story, to go through more of the ritual, they can join York Rite Freemasonry and or Scottish Rite Freemasonry. These are, of course, optional as well. So in York Rite, you can obtain a Royal Arch Mason all the way through the Knights Templar through the Commandery. And then you can obtain the Scottish Rite a 4th to a 32nd degree. So the 33 degree is usually honorary. It's bestowed on somebody who goes above and beyond in their lodge or the community or the world at large. For instance, Buzz Aldrin is a 33 degree, so is John Glenn. And I do like to point out too that in the United States there isn't a national Grand Lodge like in some other countries. In the United States there are 52 Grand Lodges, and that's because there are 50 states, plus we have DC and then Puerto Rico. So that means although they, all follow the same virtues and values and traditions and stuff like that, there can be variation, not just on the jurisdiction level, but also on the Grand Lodge, state, and local level as well. So sometimes that will mean that they don't necessarily all follow the same rules 100%. All right, so we'll be here for about 5 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And Freemasonry. However, they still went ahead and created this group off of the history and tradition and, as you can see, imagery as well. So when they put this in the 50s, they actually invited President Eisenhower, who was unable to attend. So he sent, with this message, an envoy, Richard Nixon, to present. And so at the time, whenever there was a major addition or update to the memorial, it was a pretty big deal. They would invite presidents, politicians, dignitaries, celebrities, stuff like that. All right, so we'll give you about a minute or so to take any photos that you want to take, and then we're going to head up.
Jealousy and selfishness be forever.